this episode of CobbTV, we are talking about the drumming style for Sir Paul McCartney.
Yes, and be sure to like and subscribe for more epic musical content.
Now, Paul McCartney started playing the drums when he was a teenager. He basically just messed around on the drummer's kit whenever the band was done practicing or in between breaks. And when the Beatles went to Hamburg, he even sat in with Tony Sheridan's band a few times. But he really didn't make it onto the records until the Beatles were recording the White Album, and he got in a fight over a drum part with Ringo Starr, making Ringo quit the band for a short time. We're going to start with Back in the USSR, the song that they got a squabble over. And really, I actually do like the drum intro because he's riding on the floor tom here. Kind of reminds me of Blitzkrieg Bop a little bit. Now with Dear Prudence, one of the main grooves is a one-handed 16th note feel, very R&B, not something you hear Ringo do. And there's actually some debate on whether it was Paul or Ringo who does the drum solo at the end. I'd like to lean towards Paul, especially since the dates where Ringo was gone doesn't line up with when they recorded the track. And if you listen very closely, the part at the end definitely was another take or maybe another few takes. But there's a particular cadence in this part. And really, it sounds like somebody's imitating Ringo. It doesn't necessarily sound like Ringo. And I'm sure Ringo's drumming influenced the way that Paul played as well. But there's a 2-bar cadence that I'm going to demonstrate. And I'll let you decide in the comments on whether you think it's Ringo or if you think it's Paul. Now, before you decide for sure if you think it was Ringo or Paul who played the drums at the end of Dear Prudence, keep listening to all the different examples that I'm going to demonstrate for you, and then decide at the end, because I do hear a style in the way that Paul plays. So when the Beatles finally broke up, it was Paul who made the announcement, and he put out a solo record right away. It's called McCartney. And there's actually 3 McCartney records where he just does all the instruments on it. And the first one is very experimental. You can hear the birth of bedroom pop and indie rock in this record. And a lot of it is pretty weird, and even the percussion is experimental. But there's a drum break in the track Momma, Miss America, where he just kind of lays it down nice and simple. But I really love the way his drums sound here. Eventually, he decided to form a band called The Wings, Paul McCartney and The Wings. And when it came time to record Band on the Run, the band basically ran away. Everybody dipped. Of course, you have Let Me Roll It, and there's a particular part that is very interesting rhythmically. He's playing in 6/8, and then he does a grinding halt, leaves space for the guitar hook, and then when he comes back in, there's a 2/16 note rhythm that happens right after that guitar lick, and it's really interesting to me. But the part that really made my head spin is after the final chorus when he does it. He does 2 in a row, and like I said, it completely messed with my mind, and it's going to sound a little bit like this. So on McCartney 2, there's a track called On the Way. And what I love about this is he plays a 4-stroke roll in different combinations of it. There's a lot of cool fills. I love the way that the drums sound, how they sound so dead. And again, this is starting to develop into more of a style, more of a personal choice. You're seeing this 4-stroke roll a lot. You heard it in Dear Prudence. You heard it in Jet. And now you're going to hear it several times throughout this whole song. Paul definitely knows how to hold his own and has even supplied drums for other artists, one of them being Steve Miller Band. He also supplied drums for the Foo Fighters on Sunday Rain, and apparently he did this in 2 takes. And there you have it, just a few examples of Paul McCartney's drumming. Let me know what one of your favorite tracks that he supplied the drums on in the comments, and go ahead and do a deeper dive. He's played drums on a lot of tracks, and I kind of summarized my personal favorites in a playlist that you can find on Spotify. I left the link in the description and in the comment section of the video. And don't forget to give this video a like for Sir Paul McCartney, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic musical content. But in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.